On guys, today I'm going to be going through a couple of things on how to play Shelly, because Shelly's quite a hard brawler to play. I'm going to be doing this for quite a lot of brawlers. I'm going to start with Shelly, go up Trophy Road, then Rares, and you get the idea. So this is how to play Shelly. First of all, we need to know the stats of Shelly. On here we have level 1 through to level 9 or 10. 9 and 10 are the same, you just have a star power. So at level 1, you have 3,600 HP. This will be proportionate to everyone else because you would be new. You do 300 per normal shell of damage. And I think you shoot out 5 shells. So that's going to end up being 1,500 damage. And then with the super, you do 320 per super shell. And I think that you have 5 of them. So that's going to be like 1,600. Skip through to level 7 because that's where you start to get a gadget. So you're going to have 4,680 health. That's quite a lot of health. You do 390 per shell. That's going to be a lot of damage. That's going to be nearly 2,000 just from one shot. And for a super, you will do 416 per super shell. This should be over 2,000, which is good damage, which will be able to take out most people, or at least do that. Hit one, then super again, should take out nearly everybody. Right, we'll skip level 8, and at level 9 and 10, with or without your star powers, your health is going to be 5,040. You're going to do 420 per shell. Funny number, 448 per super shell. That's like 2,300. Next, we're going to be going over her star powers. So for Shelly's first star power, it's called Shell Shock. These super shells slow down enemies for 3 seconds. This will be amazing in places like Brawl Ball, Showdown, really anywhere where people need to be slowed. And you can even get someone to keep on hitting them, say like a Brock and stuff like that. Very good in team modes, very good in solo. I recommend this one over the other one. 3 seconds of slowdown is quite a lot. That's nearly as long as a bee's. For her second star power, Band-Aid. When Shelly falls below 40% health, she instantly heals for 1,800. Band-Aid recharges in 20 seconds. This is it's not very good, it's about a B tier, whilst Shell Shock is about an S tier. It is still very good. 1,800 health is a lot. It's not as overpowered as it used to be, where it used to heal you up to max no matter what. But every 20 seconds, 1,800 health, it's not going to be that good. Might be good in the heat of the moment, but it's nowhere near Shell Shock. It's better for survival. So this is going to be better in solo showdown or modes where you need to keep health. Alright, so for Shelly's gadget number 1, fast forward. Shelly dashes ahead, skipping a few unnecessary steps. 3 uses per match. This is very good, especially if you're trying to get into someone to super. I would recommend this one over a second gadget. I'd say that this is really, really good because Shelly kind of needs to get in, and I think it's 3 or 4 tiles, so that's definitely a big leap. In solo showdown, you can even get it to get a energy drink, which is going to wreck everyone. Alright, gadget number 2, Clay Pigeons. On activation, Shelly's next main attack focuses the fire to a smaller area and increases the range. 3 uses per match. This is very good if you're trying to pick someone off or try and charge up your super in, say, solo, in solo showdown or Brawl Ball, because that super is very necessary. It's not very good because you don't really need to do that. Shelly's more of a close range brawler, and even if you do have your super, that's not going to get focused. Hey Shelly, so in solo showdown you really want to be bush camping and just poke around to try and get your super. So if anyone tries and comes to get you, there's a lot of tanks in solo showdown, so you can just super them out. In Brawl Ball, you want to do the same. You just want to try and get your super, push up with your team and try and compress their team to get more use of your super. But do also remember to drop. Sometimes I forget to drop whilst playing Shelly, and I feel like that's my biggest mistake in Brawl Ball. For Duo Showdown, you kind of want to do the same for Brawl Ball. You just want to kind of push around and try and get that super. Her super is very necessary for her to do good. So if you get that, you can kind of like control everyone else in the lobby because you have your super, and everybody knows that a Shelly super is not going to be good. So for gem grab, you kind of want to cut off opponents, try and get that super, try and get one player out of the way, and then you're going to end up doing it. You're going to be very good at at changing where their team are going to play. And yeah, don't carry gems, and because if you're going to be playing Shelly, you want to be quite aggro. So make sure to never carry gems because you're just going to end up losing them. Bounty. Only really play on close range maps or where bulls or primos are going to be playing, because trust me, they would wreck a Piper. Heist. You're more of defensive, but you're more of like, you play kind of the middle and below. You're playing more defensive than everyone else. Do push up when your team pushes up, but also you don't want to push up too high because you're going to be defending it. Especially if they have a bull, you're going to be very good then. Yeah, you kind of just really want to be stopping everyone else from getting on your safe whilst trying to push out your team. In Siege, just get people off of the bolts. Alright, in Siege, you shouldn't really be playing Shelly in Siege, it's just not very good. But if you do, make sure to try and get one side. You need to control one side, get all of the bolts, especially now all of the bolts aren't randomised, so you know where they're going to spawn. So yeah, you can control that. People don't want to go near a Shelly with super, that's good. In Hot Zone, you kind of want to do the same in Siege. Control a point, you need to do that. And let your teammates deal with long range. Don't go out of there, just deal with short range brawls and you should be fine. Right guys, that's going to be how to play Shelly. I'm not really professional, but I have a good idea of how to do it, and I hope you guys did enjoy.